Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. Now, I don't really like talking about schedules because I don't think a lot of you care, but I think some of you might. So, over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be slowly transitioning into a new schedule. So, I'm going to have BNA Sports Weekly on Saturdays, and every other Saturday would be a BNA Sports Weekly, and I'm going to try to mix in every other Saturday a scripted video. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that many in. And then you'll see BNA Sports Talk. There's no real schedule to it. Whenever I feel like recording, adding something to a conversation, I'll post something. Hopefully 3 to 4 videos a week on that. And then that's how it's going to go forward. But today, I really want to talk about the NBA finals. That's what's going on. So I had in my playoff bracket, I'm just going to start bragging. It's going to be my episode of BNA Weekly this Saturday in 2 days actually. So I need to get on that. But I enjoy doing it anyway. So I said that the Raptors would play the Warriors in the finals. I got that exactly right. I only got 2 series wrong in the entire thing. If you want to check out that video, link will be in the description, but I'll also throw up a graphic of some sort of what my predictions were and how close I was. Hopefully I'll have that up. I don't know why I say hopefully. I will have that up. And the 2 series I got wrong were the Trailblazers, Nuggets. I said that series would go 7, which I was right, but I thought the Nuggets, they just were playing really well at home, and it just turned out that Portland won that game. You know, the CJ McCollum he went off that game. Him and Damian Lillard played just well enough for them to win, so I don't feel too bad about that. I don't know a lot about basketball, so I'm not going to try to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. I just want to let you guys know of where I stand with all these things. The other series I got wrong was the Rockets versus Jazz. What I learned from this is that, you know, it really depends on who your second best player is. And you look at the Jazz, you have Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell. Looking up and down the roster, I think Korver's on there now. I just don't see why I picked them. I thought that they were kind of like a team that bonded well together. They usually were greater than the sum of their parts over the past couple years, kind of teamwork. When it comes to the playoffs, everybody plays hard. It doesn't matter if you play harder than somebody else, because everybody's going to play hard. And what we realize with hockey is, you know, with the NHL, when teams are fighting for their playoff lives, they're going to play hard in that first round. Like the Columbus Blue Jackets, they were playing so hard. That's why they beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, because the Lightning hadn't played hard in a while. Basketball, you know, you need to be analytical. You need to be deliberate with your all and every one of your actions. And it depends who your second guy is, and also it depends how clutch you can be. And it turns out the Utah Jazz just couldn't get it done. With a lot of series we've seen, you know, you can put up a lot of points in the third quarter, but you know you can get a 20-point run in basketball, and all of a sudden you're good. With hockey, if you're up 2-0, 3-0, it's kind of easy just to kind of play defense a little bit. It's kind of easy to stay relaxed, dump the puck, hopefully, you know, not icing. You can play a little bit of a defensive strategy. And with hockey, it's a little bit different than basketball, because basketball, you have a snap of a fingers, you start getting cold shooting the basketball. You have to be on the entire time. You can get away with being a little less in baseball. You know, you don't have to hustle every play real hard when you're winning by a lot. You don't have to hustle real in general, but it helps when you hustle, and it can save a base or two. But going back to basketball, that's what I realized about the Utah Jazz Houston Rockets series. Whatever, I said the Jazz would keep the Cash Rockets sleeping, and yeah, I was wrong about that. But what I was right about, let's shift to that, because I said that the Rockets would play the Toronto Raptors would face the Golden State Warriors in the finals. Why did I think that? I also said after KD got injured, I'm like, this team plays different without Kevin Durant. They're going to be able to switch, because you know, they played really well without Kevin Durant. People are like, oh, the Warriors aren't better without Kevin Durant. Yeah, they are. People are like, oh, they just play different. Yeah, they play different, and they play better. I don't get the people. They're not connecting the two. Like, if I have a bunch of if I'm cooking a meal and I have one thing, pizza, it's really good pizza, but then I also have ice cream. I also have mashed potatoes. I also have, a taco. You know, all those things may be good by themselves, but when it comes to a meal, they don't really work well together. And the meal is worse off. Let's say you take away the mashed potatoes, you take away the taco, and all of a sudden you have pizza and ice cream. That's a great meal. But if you But if you start forcing all these things on into the meal, eventually the meal, it's not as good as it initially was. And that's my analogy that I like to compare it to. You can compare it to a lot of things, but I decided mashed potatoes, taco, pizza, and ice cream. Why not? I like those foods, and those are the first foods that came to my head. The finals, who do I think is going to win? I think the Raptors have a real shot to win. They have home court advantage. They've proven that they can win on the road. The Warriors have depth and experience, but it feels like they're too beat up. My prediction is I think the Warriors are going to be too eager to insert Kevin Durant back into the lineup. Because even though right now they say, okay, we can go without Kevin Durant, I think Kevin Durant's something's going to happen where it's going to be, Kevin Durant's, he's going to say, hey, I want to play. I want to prove that I can do it before I go. And it's going to be a detriment to the team. Maybe they try to add Boogie Cousins in too much. But the thing with the Raptors coach, Nick Nurse, he knows how to adapt with players. He used to be in the G League. He got new players every single day. He knows how to adapt. And now he knows how to attack a certain team. It took him a couple games with the Bucks to figure it out. But Orlando beat them one game. The 76ers, a little bit hard with them because the 76ers had a lot of pieces that they had to combat. But I'm just at the point, Kawhi Leonard wants to insert him as himself as the best player in the league. And the whole city, the whole country is rooting for you. You have everyone behind your back. You have nothing to lose. The Warriors, they have a lot to lose here. They have to lose your best player, your second best player, your second best free agent, Boogie Cousins. And I think that they're thinking, no matter what, if we win or lose here, we've proven we can win without Kevin Durant. We've proven that. And it really does depend on if Kevin Durant comes back. And I think a lot of the options are the same. If Kevin Durant comes back and then they lose, it's just like, we really weren't that good of a team, and now Kevin Durant's leaving. If he leaves, it'll kind of look bad on Kevin Durant. If he stays, if they win and Kevin Durant's the reason why they win, then all of a sudden Kevin Durant's like, I can leave. But this will be a detriment because Kevin Durant, he can't lift a team. I don't think he's in the LeBron stage where I think he's starting to fall back a little bit faster than LeBron James did. He's in that stage with the Warriors like the LeBron was with the Heat, and I think Kevin Durant knows he can't do it anymore. He can't do it by himself, so why go with the Knicks? You go with the Knicks because somebody else is going there, but who else is going there? You have Jimmy Butler's going to the Lakers, Kyrie, who's probably going to want to be next to LeBron because he realizes he can't lift his own team in the Nets. Then Kawhi's going to stay with Toronto. I think right now, if you had to ask me, Kemba Walker's probably going to go to the Dallas Mavericks or stay in Charlotte. Who's going to go to the Knicks? I don't know. It's kind of iffy at this point. I'm not sure. If I had to take a guess, I think the Golden State Warriors still win this series. I really do. I'm of that belief. And yeah, let me know what you guys think is going to happen in this series. I think the Raptors are going to give them a bit of a challenge. NBA is all about stars. You're probably not going to win a championship like the Utah way, where it's like everyone passes and you have a nice chemistry. You need that one guy to take over the game because it's going to come down to the final minutes. Unless you're just dominating everybody, which I don't think is going to happen, you're gonna need multiple. You're gonna need at least one star actually to take over the game. And then you also need a big number 2 guy, and that's what's worked. I saw a tweet the other day saying analytics, they're kind of, Colin Cowherd was misrepresenting analytics by saying just chucking up threes, and the Warriors are analytical. The Rockets, they're analytical to a detriment. The Warriors are like ball movement, that's what we like, that's analytical, that's why we win games. The Rockets are like doing all this math, like we have the best chance to win the game if we chuck up this amount of threes. You saw how Utah was guarding them. The Rockets are forced to play the same way, and the two teams that are final, who made it to the finals, are adaptive. They can play many different styles, many different styles. The Rockets had to shoot threes to win. The Warriors, they can win anyway. They can have a game where Clay scores 30. The Raptors are a little less flexible, but they have a coach that could be flexible. So the Warriors, Raptors, this is a telltale where the NBA is right now. You need a star. You need a guy who can be clutch. Like Steph Curry has been this entire playoffs. The teams that are left are the teams that were able to make that shot. I think Kevin Durant's going to play a couple games here. I think they're going to try to insert him into the lineup a little bit too quick. It's going to cost them a game. Kevin Durant's not going to come in and all of a sudden be the Messiah and Savior because they were good without him. It's going to be kind of awkward, especially if he doesn't play and they win, him being at that parade. He's bought property in New York, meaning I think he's out. I think mentally he's out of Golden State. And it's going to be hard for him to play hard and to win because the situation is just awkward. Yeah, so that's just my opinion on the whole matter. If it made sense, good. If it didn't, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. As always, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.